Good morning all. It's biology for class 10 and today our topic is transportation in human. In our previous classes we have studied about the nutrition and respiration. Nutrition is a life process of intake of food and then convert it into the simple substances. Respiration is a process of breakdown of glucose and release energy. Now a question arises to us. When the digestion of food occurs in small intestine, how it reaches to each and every cell? When the oxygen from atmosphere reaches to our lungs, then how it goes to each and every cell? So for that, in our body, there is a system which is known as circulatory system. Circulatory system is a well-defined system which transport oxygen, nutrients, hormones to tissues or cells, from there carbon dioxide to the lungs and waste product to kidney. So it's a system which transport many things from one place to another place in our body. The main components of human circulatory system are heart, blood, blood vessels, lymph and lymphatic vessels. Now, the first component of circulatory system, that is blood. Blood is a liquid connective tissues and it contains plasma and blood cells. Plasma is a liquid part of the blood and it makes the more than half volume of the blood. In plasma, the blood cells are suspended and it contains maximum amount of water and then the dissolved salts. Next is blood cells. We can also say it blood corpuscles. There are the three types of blood cells present in human blood: RBC, WBC, platelets. RBC means red blood cells, WBC white blood cells and platelets. Now, red blood cells. It is also known as erythrocytes. These are small, circular and biconcave discs and it does not contain nucleus. A mature RBC does not have nucleus. In RBC, a red color pigment is present which is called hemoglobin, and due to the hemoglobin, the color of blood is red. RBCs are produced in bone marrow and the main function of RBC is to transport the oxygen. White blood cells. White blood cells are of different types. These are large and colorless cells. One of the most important functions performed by white blood cell that they protect the body against the disease causing microorganism. When the disease causing microorganism enters in our body, they destroy the microorganism and in this way they protect our body. The third cell, that is platelets. Platelets are the small cells and the main function of the platelets that they help in coagulation of blood. When we got any cut, that time the blood is coming out and after some time it stops. The blood stops due to the platelets. They stop bleeding when we get a cut and blood comes out. Now, the second component of the circulatory system, that is blood vessels. Blood vessels are pipe-like structure, or we can say the tubes, and blood flows in our body in a complex system of tubes called blood vessels. There are three types of blood vessels: arteries, veins and capillaries. First, arteries. Arteries are the blood vessels which carry blood away from the heart. They carry oxygenated blood. Oxygenated blood means the blood which contains oxygen. Except pulmonary artery, all arteries carry oxygenated blood. Arteries are thick-walled and they are deeply placed. Arteries does not have any valves. And in the arteries, as they carry the blood away from the heart, the blood flows under the high pressure. Second, veins. Veins are the blood vessels which bring blood to the heart. And veins carry the deoxygenated blood. Deoxygenated means it contains more amount of carbon dioxide. Except pulmonary vein. Pulmonary vein is a vein which carry oxygenated blood. Veins are thin-walled and there are valves present in the veins. These valves prevent the backflow of the blood. The third blood vessel, that is capillaries. Capillaries are the minute tubes. Arteries and veins are interconnected by the network of smaller vessels, and these smaller vessels are known as blood capillaries. And here most of the exchange of substances take place in the blood capillaries. Now the main important component of the circulatory system, that is heart. When the heart name we listen, a sound comes in our mind, that is dhak 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 dhak. This sound is produced by the continuously rhythmic contraction and relaxation of the heart, and this is called heartbeat. Human heart is a muscular organ and the main function of is to pump the blood. It is located in chest cavity, little left side. The size of human heart is of a closed fist. When we close our fist, that is the size of our heart, and it is protected by pericardium membrane. Human heart has 4 chambers. Upper 2 chambers are called atrium and lower 2 chambers are called ventricles. Heart is divided into 2 parts by septum, the left part and right part. Left part has oxygenated blood and right part has deoxygenated blood. Now how this blood comes to our heart and how it goes to other parts of body. The right atrium receives the blood from all parts of the body except the lungs, and this blood is deoxygenated blood. From right atrium, the blood comes to right ventricle. From right ventricle, the blood pumps to the lungs. Pulmonary artery carry blood to the lungs. From the lungs, the blood bring back to the heart by pulmonary vein. Pulmonary vein is only one vein which carry oxygenated blood. So pulmonary vein brings the blood to the left atrium. From left atrium it moves to left ventricle. Left ventricle sends the blood from heart to all parts of the body through aorta. Aorta is the main artery. From aorta it goes to arteries. From arteries it goes to capillaries and then to each and every cell. There oxidation of the glucose will take place. Carbon dioxide will produce. This carbon dioxide rich blood will again bring to the heart by vena cava to the right atrium, and in this way the circulation is going on. As you can see, in human heart the blood comes twice. First from lungs to the heart, that is oxygenated blood. Then it goes to all parts of the body. Then it comes again to the heart, that is deoxygenated blood. So in one complete circulation, the blood comes to human heart twice, and this type of circulation is known as double circulation. Now the features of ventricle and atrium. The wall of ventricle is more thicker than atrium, as they pumps the blood away from the heart. Each atrium is connected to ventricle of its side by a valve. These valves prevent the backflow of blood. So in this way you have seen how does the circulation take place and what is the structure of heart. Now one more important feature, that is called blood pressure. What is blood pressure? When the heart pumps the blood to all parts of the body, a certain pressure is required for that. So that is called blood pressure. The force that blood exerts against the wall of a vessel is called blood pressure. The blood pressure is much greater in artery than veins, as artery take blood away from the heart. During the contraction of the heart, the pressure of blood inside the artery is known as systolic pressure. The pressure in artery during the relaxation is known as diastolic pressure. So we can see here systolic pressure and diastolic pressure. The normal measurement of systolic pressure is 120 mm of Hg and diastolic pressure is 80 mm of Hg. More than 120, a person is suffering from high blood pressure. And this blood pressure is measured by the instrument. It is known as sphygmomanometer. So we have completed the blood circulatory system, the part blood. Now the next is lymph. What is lymph? From the blood vessels, some amount of plasma, proteins and blood cells escape through the pores and comes to the intercellular space between the tissue, and they form a connected fluid tissue, and this connected fluid tissue is known as lymph. The main function of lymph is to carry the digested and absorbed fat from intestine and drains the excess fluid from extracellular space back into the blood. So students, our topic circulatory system over today. We will meet in our next class with a new process, that is excretory system or excretion. Till then, have a nice day.